Now on 4 News Now, local Starbucks workers in Spokane join a nationwide strike on Christmas Eve, forcing the store to close. What's next in the strike impacting stores across the country?
And we've got dry weather under the tree for tomorrow to start, but that's going to change by dinner time. We still got a chance for a white Christmas in your first alert forecast.
And helping veterans this holiday season, groups team up to fix a man's fence for him and his dogs. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Shadle Park regulars craving a warm latte from Starbucks this Christmas Eve. We're out of luck. The baristas left their espresso machines to join the picket line this morning. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith, filling in for Derek and Kirsten tonight. The employees at the Shadle Starbucks joined more than 5,000 workers striking nationwide. Mary Sheridan spoke to those on strike in Spokane who say change is long overdue.
I'm outside of the Shadle Starbucks located next to the Safeway where workers have been on strike all morning. This is the only unionized Starbucks location in Spokane.
Our closest neighbors that are unionized are in Walla Walla and Colfax.
Today, all unionized Starbucks locations were asked to join in a nationwide rolling strike.
So the first day we had 15 stores across 3 cities, and then each day we've added to the numbers, and then today as many unionized stores as possible are striking. We just really wanted to hit the message home like, hey, we're here, we're ready to work, we'd like things resolved.
Addressing unfair labor practices, or ULPs, in a fair contract is a top priority for the striking workers. Since the Shadle Park location unionized a year ago, they have still not been able to bargain a contract with the coffee giant.
Right now, all the economic portions are really what's holding the contract up. And we're waiting for Starbucks to just make us a fair offer. They've kind of come to the table and they've not really been ready to bargain.
Conning says that they hope to agree on a contract by the end of the year.
We're hoping that this was enough to show them that we're serious.
This morning's strike before Christmas began at 6 a.m. and wrapped up around 11:30.
It's cold, wet, and rainy, and people want to get home to their families for Christmas Eve. Usually our peak traffic is in the morning, and so we wanted to try to connect with all those customers that come for their morning coffee.
The store will be back open the day after Christmas.
We really would like to get our contract bargained and get back to work as usual making our coffee.
But the timing of this strike hurts the revenue Starbucks can bring in during the holidays. Closed stores and picket lines mean last-minute stocking stuffers like Starbucks gift cards or coffee won't be available for shoppers.
Christmas morning isn't Christmas morning without coffee, is it?
Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
And with all the rain that we saw, we won't be waking up to a white Christmas, unfortunately. But that could change later on in the day.
Yeah.
Meteorologist Matt Gray can fill us in here.
Yeah, so there's an actual real scientific definition for a white Christmas. You either have an inch of snow on the ground in the morning, or you get some measurable snow at some point during the day. So we're not going to get the first one, but there is some hope for the second if you are still dreaming of a white Christmas. So let's take you through the setup here. We saw, boy, just a ton of rain today around the inland Northwest. A lot of places were getting up into the half-inch range of some much-needed moisture. It's been very wet these last 2 months to close out the year. But that rain now in places like the Silver Valley and Lewiston still, but all beginning to work its way out of the inland Northwest and off to the east. And so we find ourselves in this very narrow little dry pocket here that will continue through the first half of Christmas Day. But you look off into the Pacific, and those areas of deep blues signify very high moisture content in the atmosphere. It's another one of these atmospheric river type storms, and that means a lot of wet weather is headed our direction. So we start off Christmas morning. If you're headed across town, across the county, across the state, things looking pretty good. But starting around midday in the mountains, we're going to start to see some snow, especially in the Cascades. And then as we head into the evening, we'll have a chance for some wintry weather to begin to show itself in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Here are our odds starting from the late afternoon tomorrow through Thursday morning for at least 1 inch of snow. Well, there's a lot of places that got a pretty good chance. Colville, Sandpoint, Winthrop is going to get hammered with snow here over the next 24 hours. OMAC, pretty good shot at that as well. So a lot of places there. There is an opportunity if the cool air that we're going to see move in sticks around a little bit longer into Thursday, that some areas could top out at close to 4 inches, but you can see the percentages a whole lot less with the exception of the Methow Valley. Coming up, I'm going to talk about more specific snow amounts, what we could see, and take you through your extended forecast, which features more rain coming up.
All right, some great info there, Matt. Thank you for that. Around the Northwest, in Leavenworth, Front Street Park is back open. Workers removing the caution tape this morning. The park now cleaned up after a truck destroyed the ground doing donuts. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is still investigating the vandalism caught on camera of a truck seen doing donuts Sunday night, destroying the ground, slinging mud everywhere. The park was forced to close in the peak of the town's holiday tourist season. The YWCA is in its final push to raise money for services that help domestic violence victims and survivors in the Spokane area. The money raised will go towards services like the 24-hour helpline, therapy, legal aid, and the Domestic Violence Safe Shelter, which the YWCA says is a critical asset during the holidays.
This time of year, the need is really great to support domestic violence victims and survivors. At Christmas time, at the holidays, the incidences of domestic violence are greater.
A group of donors has agreed to match up to $100,000 of what the YWCA raises. So far, the organization has raised $80,000. It's hoping to raise that extra $20,000 by the end of December. And if you want to donate, you can. They say go to their website, at the YWCA's website, rather. Well, tonight there's a slight change in our regular newscast schedule. We're airing a special look back at 2024, featuring our community's best stories of the entire year. And that's starting tonight at 6:30. But first, see the Christmas gift one local veteran and their dogs won't forget. That story's coming up on 4 News Now. Plus, see what the Cougs are in for this Friday at the Holiday Bowl versus Syracuse without their star quarterback or head coach. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's jaw-dropping, it's eye-popping, it's gut-busting.
It's showtime.
Everyone agrees this show is
so good!
Beetlejuice, coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts December 31st through January 5th.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
92.9 CCU.
Well, these are happy doggos Kente, Sugar Bear, and Regu. They're extra happy now that their veteran owner's fence is now fixed, thanks to the help of a nonprofit. Coast Guard veteran Mira Trent and her dogs received this Christmas gift from the Veterans Community Response and the Extreme Team. Madeline Mullins has more on what a gift like this means to Myra this holiday season.
Myra Trent moved to Spokane in 1981 after serving in the Coast Guard.
It was very adventurous.
And since she has been here, she has surrounded herself with family, her furry family.
So I grew up with animals and stuff. I love it.
But one of those dogs has been escaping her Spokane home, and Myra has been unable to build a taller fence to keep him in.
But yesterday, my care provider had to pick him up because he got loose for an hour.
That is why Veterans Community Response and the Extreme Team came to help.
You know, when you start to get older and you're not able to take care of things, the days just kind of pack and pile on you. And Myra's just had last few years pile up on her.
With supplies from the Extreme Team, Kelly Kiki and his team of veterans helped clean up Trent's backyard, build her a new fence, and give her a $200 gift card.
Just giving blessings and cheers and, you know, make Myra know that and feel that she's, you know, still remembered and part of our community.
But Kiki says this isn't just a chance to give back to the community.
Events like this, it's really twofold because a lot of our veterans here, they're just healing by giving. And of course, we're helping another veteran in the process.
Trent, who has been in and out of the hospital, says a gift like this helps her get through.
No, I'm just glad that this happens in Spokane. It gives people hope, especially in this time and age. It gives people a lot of hope that we can prevail over anything.
For Myra, who spent her life serving others, she says this holiday season it means a lot to have members of the community doing something for her. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
And a great story there in the lead up here to Christmas. For the first time tonight in a little while, we've got some 20s and 30s. And by that, I mean low 30s on the board for our lows in the morning. But drying conditions, at least to start the day, definitely not going to be that way to end our Christmas day. We'll take you through it coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
We just love waking up holiday mornings with you.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Happy holidays from all of us here at Good Morning America.
Thank you, honey. I love it.
Don't thank me. Thank Santa.
What did you get?
Northern Quest gift card.
Wait, I didn't get that for you.
Oh, I know. Santa did. Hey, well, who accidentally broke your favorite Christmas ornament? Clumsy Santa.
Give the gift of Northern Quest. Visit or go online.
As temperatures drop, your heating bill will inevitably rise. And with cold weather right around the corner, things are about to get expensive. But Bill's Heating and AC is here to help. We're including a free cold climate heat pump with every furnace, while supplies last. You heard that right. Cut your heating bills in half with a new energy-efficient cold climate heat pump for free. We're the area's top cold climate heat pump experts. So don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer, an industry exclusive. 2 ways to sanitize. Remove bacteria and sanitize your way with the Cold Sanitize option, paired with Lysol Laundry Sanitizer, or use the NSF Certified Hot Sanitize setting. The most efficient washer on the market. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Christmas Eve is here, and it's time to hoist a glass of eggnog to celebrate. Grab your goblet, your Spider-Man cup, your wine glass. It's National Eggnog Day, Matt. Now, traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped eggs, and some spices, and sometimes spiked with brandy or rum. The history of eggnog, though, is often debated. Some people believe the drink was developed over in England, and others say that it was a medieval European beverage originally made with hot milk. Regardless of where you think it came from, it does seem like people are pretty adamant, like, yes, I love eggnog, or I'm not going to touch it. I don't know. Where do you fall on that, Matt?
I actually feel pretty middle of the road.
Really?
Like, I've tried it, and I was like, oh, you know, because I like the little, the little spice.
Yeah.
But it's a very thick drink, so you've got to be you've got to be jonesing for it, I think.
Yeah.
To choose that over the plethora of options you may have.
I think for holiday drinks, like hot chocolate might be better for me, but yeah, the thickness of it, it's good for a little bit, I guess.
Hey, everybody do their own thing. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Have fun. Have a nice time. We've got some good weather to start off our Christmas Day. May not end that way, however, where you live, especially for those of you watching from some of our northern counties. So a cool, dry morning. Overall, not a bad start to the day. But as we head towards dinner time, we're going to see some snow begin to move in, and then eventually that snow flips over to rain by the time we're getting up and getting back to normal life on Thursday morning. And so because of this, we're going to see difficult travel, especially in the mountains, and those rainy days continue in your extended forecast. We've got new winter weather advisories, all the high country in North Idaho and the Panhandle, plus those northern communities and higher benches across the eastern northern part of Washington and the Waterville Plateau. And when you look at the snowfall forecast, well, you can certainly see why those have the advisory and other places to the south do not. So we're going to have some line is going to set up here somewhere between Ritzville and Spokane, where we've got cold enough for snow and not cold enough for snow, and then some more complicated stuff going on around the metro that we'll talk about in a second. But in general, we are looking at, with the exception of the Methow Valley, which is going to get quite a bit of snow, we're going to be in that 4 to 8 inch range. We're going to see anywhere from about 1 inch to maybe 4 inches at max. Vast majority of us are going to fall somewhere in between that. The further south you go, the less likely you're going to get up to that 1 inch mark. And you can kind of see here this latest update, kind of keeping things on the milder side for places south of I-90, including St. Mary's. Now, what is likely to happen in the Spokane area is we're going to have this situation where those higher benches, kind of 23, 24, 2,500 feet around the valley, will end up getting some snow. So that's parts of the South Hill, that's 5 Mile, that's up into the Deer Park area, around the Glen Rose Prairie, into the West Plains, around those higher benches and lakes, around Mount Spokane and around Micah Peak. Those areas, you'll be seeing snowy conditions late Christmas evening. Meanwhile, a little bit of snow on the I-90 corridor in the valley bottom, but not likely to see a whole lot actually accumulate out of that. These things happen. We'll kind of see if it stays a little bit cooler, well, then those valley snow amounts may end up rising. Regardless of what happens in the valleys, we are going to continue to see pretty tough mountain pass conditions. If you could avoid traveling through the Cascades tomorrow, I would very much suggest you do that. 12 to 24 inches over Stevens Pass, 6 to 12 over Snoqualmie. It's going to be a mess. Lookout going to be messy there as well with 4 to 8 inches, but that'll be much later on in the day. Snow in the Cascades during the daytime hours and in the Methow Valley. By the time we get to, say, 5 or 6 o'clock, we will see a good portion of northeastern Washington seeing at least a little bit of snow or a rain-snow mix. In the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, it's going to be kind of 5, 6 o'clock and later. And then how fast it warms up will determine how much snow you get at your house. The higher elevation you are, the more likely you are, as we mentioned before, to see some of those more notable amounts. If you do see a decent amount of snow at your house, a lot of it is going to turn into slush. About half of it will melt by the time you get into the morning. And then we're back to what we have been recently, which is 40s in the afternoon and lots of rain. We might see snow try to get back into the forecast before we kick off the new year, but that's a long ways from now.
All right, Matt, thank you for that. And hey, if you have your phone on you, take it out, scan this QR code. This will take you to our First Alert Holiday Travel Center, and you can take it with you this week to check the past conditions, keep an eye on some radars. You can even check on any flight delays here in the Inland Northwest. It's a really useful app, and you can find it also on the front page of KXLY.com. If you're looking for some family holiday fun, you can head to the Cowley Park area for the Extreme Team Making Spirits Bright holiday lights. They're shining right below the windows of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital to bring the kids and the families inside some cheer. This is 4 News Now's way of giving back to the community every year. And that's just one of a few spots that we've picked out for families who like to drive around and take in some of the Christmas lights. We've got some great areas for you to visit here on our Air 4 adventure. Let's take a ride on the Air 4 drone.
We're at the corner of 10th and Thurman, 6600 block of East Thurman. I've spent the last 20 or so years exercising my lack of adultness and going crazy on Christmas lights. We have about 600 lights on the house. In a typical year, we've got anywhere between about 25 and 40 inflatables. We've got a few fewer this year. 26 arches around the property, and each arch has 2 strings of tape lights on it. I think last I counted, I have 2,100 feet of extension cords of various lengths and configurations. I used to drive Lyft and Uber during before and during the pandemic, and I would get to go into all these different neighborhoods and see all these beautiful lights, and I would occasionally have a chance to shoot a photo of it and share it on my personal Facebook page. And since there wasn't a Facebook group, I decided that I was going to start my own, and now the Spokane Christmas Lights group, we just crossed 20,000 users. We've also created a map that you can pull up the map and go to any of these sites all across the city, and there's some fantastic ones this year.
What I call the Star Wars Christmas Spectacular. So obviously I'm a big, huge Star Wars fan, and I also love Christmas. And so we've been doing this the last 7 years, and each year we keep adding and adding to it. Darth Vader, I mean, that was sort of what started it. I just happened to be surfing the internet several years ago, and came across him on an auction site for really cheap, and I was like, oh, I got to get that. And then it just kept growing and growing. I have almost 40 Star Wars inflatables, and I have a lot more. I just rotate them throughout the different years and whatnot. So it's just for the enjoyment of the community and our enjoyment too. Merry Christmas.
A lot of cool sights to take in there. Meanwhile, it's bowl season for college football. This Friday is the showdown in San Diego. The new-look Washington State Cougars are preparing, and 4 News Now will be there every step of the way. The players, they are ready, arriving in sunny San Diego yesterday, decked out in Holiday Bowl swag. Now the Cougs will be taking on the 21st-ranked Syracuse Orange. The Cougs have the nation's 12th best scoring offense, but that was before quarterback John Mateer left for Oklahoma, joining offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle, and before head coach Jake Dickert left for Wake Forest. Syracuse comes into the game with a quarterback who rewrote the records books for the school this year. Our Jack Wallace talked with CNY Central Sports Director Samantha Croston on a deeper dive into Syracuse's star quarterback.
He has a lot of different weapons that he feels comfortable throwing it to. We saw Aronde Gadsden, who of course was a big-time wide receiver at Syracuse for the past few years, but also Trevor Pena, who didn't get as many touches last year. He's getting touches now. Also have LaQuinn Allen in the running game. So I think with Kyle McCord, the biggest thing that he's bringing is his versatility and how many different weapons he feels comfortable throwing to.
And there is a lot more to this interview, and we have it all ready for you on KXLY.com. Our live coverage of the showdown in San Diego with Jack Wallace and Sydney Berger begins Thursday evening in San Diego. You can watch team coverage on 4 News Now, KXLY.com, and streaming free on your connected TV with KXLY+. A consumer alert tonight for your medicine cabinet. A single lot of Sustain lubricant eye drops Ultra PF is being recalled because of a possibility of fungal contamination. The recall follows a consumer complaint. Someone found something inside the vial that turned out to be a fungus. These contaminations can lead to eye infections. However, no adverse effects have been reported. You can check if your product is in the recalled lot number on the FDA recalls website. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Looking for free winter activities the whole family can enjoy? Numerica's 5 Days of Family Fun brings you exciting things to do December 30th through January 4th.
Ice skating, movie passes, and even tickets to a Spokane Chiefs hockey game. We've got 5 days packed with fun, and each day offers something new. And it's all on us.
Numerica's 5 Days of Family Fun happens across Spokane, North Idaho, Tri-Cities, and Wenatchee. Head to Numerica's Facebook page for details. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. Could they all just fade away? But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
Ring in the holiday season with some reindeer riches at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. Santa's got you on his list for 12 days of giveaways and a New Year's Eve countdown to cash. Midweek rates start at $59 in the Kootenai Falls Lodge and $79 in our Riverview rooms. And join us for December Holly Jolly Hot Spins and Weekend Spin and Win. Come celebrate all December at the Kootenai Casino and win big. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Save your greed!
Welcome back. We have a change to our schedule tomorrow because of the holiday. There's no Good Morning Northwest. 4 News Now at 5 or 6 o'clock. The Lakers play the Warriors at 5. Then it's the Nuggets taking on the Suns at 7:30. We'll be back to bring you your local news on Nightside starting at 11. Matt?
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what kind and how much precipitation we've got from this incoming storm around the region. Hey, if your kids are asking where Santa is, well, he's in Puerto Rico, which means he'll be coming around here not too long from now. Most of your Christmas features some pretty good weather, but we'll start to see some wet weather coming in by the end of the day.
Sounds good. Hey, thanks for joining us here. A Look Back at 2024 special is coming up next.